Hey, first off, I want to give a very big thank you to Eric and Bill yesterday. Helping out. Bill didn't say a peep, he just went over there, and I appreciate that more than you can imagine. Eric as well, so thanks for helping out.
I said a few peeps.
You said a few peeps, but it wouldn't help, so thank you, that means a lot. I want to talk about an incident that we had yesterday. One of our front wheel drivers, Derek Hills, servicing a 6-yard container at Comfort Inn over here in 40th, in an enclosure. Opened doors to service it, drove in, stabbed it, backed up, dumped the container. As he was going to place it back in, driver's side enclosure door swung shut, hit the truck, broke a piece of wood off the enclosure door. Biggest takeaway for Derek was he was focusing on not going too far in with the container, not focusing on both sides and watching the enclosure doors. Why do you think that we, when we do stuff like that, we don't focus on the whole picture? Why do you think we do that?
In your mind, you just pick the one most important thing and you just kind of let everything else slide.
Okay. Where do you come up with what the most important thing is when you're servicing an account?
Just what you're used to focusing on.
Okay, used to focusing on right there. If you're used to focusing on one thing, what is that called? What was that? Complacency, okay? And that was Derek's biggest takeaway. He was complacent. He's done that account multiple times. How many times do you guys pick up a customer, the same customer, over and over and over? Every week, right? How do we prevent this from happening, whether it's a windy day, not a windy day? You guys have issues or things that can happen every single day, okay? So how do we not become complacent? How do we make sure we focus on everything that can happen? How can we be proactive and not reactive?
Even if he was watching that stuff, how would he have stopped it?
How do we make sure enclosure doors are open when we open them? How do we make sure they stay open,
Prop them,
okay?
prop them open,
Most of them got a pin or something.
yeah, make sure that.
Absolutely, and that's an excellent point. That door did have a pin. That door did have pins. It had nice wheels on the doors, they opened up and had pins. One thing Derek said, he did not pin the door. Why do you think he didn't pin the door?
Because it was full of ice.
It wasn't full of ice, but going back to what Eric said before, why do you think he didn't pin the door?
He was in a hurry,
Hasn't been an issue before.
yeah.
Hasn't been an issue before. He's done that multiple times, he's never had an issue. If you do something multiple times, do you think you're never gonna have an issue with it? I mean, be honest.
It's always that one time.
Nope.
That door could have been a person.
There you go, that's perfect. So today's obviously a very windy day, you guys might not have enclosures, but not focusing on it being windy out there, but how can we make sure today, just pick today, let's start with today, how can we make sure that we get in safe, we don't become complacent?
Remind
Stop
readers.
as if it's your first time.
What's that?
Treat every stop as if it's your first time picking up.
Treat everyone.
That's really good. Treat it stop like it's the first time picking it up. Good point. Let's have a safe day, guys, thank you very much.
That's gonna add an hour on my